Hey guys, Adam Perry here with TrueDFS, and I am going to go over today's 10-game NHL DFS slate. I'm going to be brief. We'll use our usual process of SaberSim and kind of looking at projections too first, just to get an idea for where the chalk lies, getting a little no puck knowledge, little news action, so we get an idea for any kind of upcoming issues on the slate. Hint, hint, there is one. And so I'm going to go through that. We'll take about 10, 15 minutes to do that process today. And like I always say, I have a few things I always say, but one of them is that you shouldn't have to watch this too much because it's a process video. It shows how I do what I do. And once you kind of get that in, you can integrate it into your process. But I don't do much different day in and day out. And I don't have player takes and these sorts of things. I am a trust the projections and sims kind of guy. Now, news-wise, I kind of took a look at it before I got started. And there's not a whole lot to look out for, except for one thing you do need to keep an eye on. Artemi Panarin, under the weather, not skating this morning, game time decision. That's going to be pretty consequential. I mean, he's a pretty high projected player. He's a good player. He's not in a team with a good total, but, you know, it's a kind of a middling total. And it wouldn't be too surprising if you're running a large portfolio if you got to some Artemi Panarin. So you're going to have to watch out for that. Right now, it looks like projections have him in. Goldie's got him in. SaberSim's got him in. Everyone is assuming he'll play. We don't know if that's for sure going to be the case, but keep an eye out for it for sure. So with that, let's take a look at projections. You know, what I like to do is see who's bunching up and then go ahead and just hand build with them. It's not the lineup I'm going to play. I'm going to trust SaberSim to build lineups. And I usually play single entry. I threw a few in the flagship just so we could test the sims for that. What's up, D-Pope? How's it going? How'd you do yesterday? So looking at who's bunching up towards the top, I mean, you could say, well, they correlate well. They bunch up as good values. It makes sense. You got Tkachuk and Stützle and Sanderson all kind of coming up for Ottawa. So it looks like Ottawa might be a strong play. I imagine they get owned, though, because of that. So let's see. Tkachuk, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sanderson finished second. Not bad. Not too shabby. First for a long time. Yeah, it's always hard to hang on. The late night hammer kind of was a dud yesterday, but a little bit of stuff happened. Tkachuk Zetterlund is on EV1 with him. Now you could do Cousins and Batherson if you want to get the power play. Let's just say, let's see if any of them, who's coming up next. Cousins. So let's say we wanted the power play. Cousins, okay. Let's see where our best projected goalie is. It's the Great Wall, Jesper Wallstead. Far and away, projecting the best by a good amount, by 2 points. Get Wallstead in there. Then you get 3,600 a man. Can you correlate him? Let's see if there's any good point per dollar. I got goalie selected. Philly. Oh, Perron on Ottawa. Does he correlate? Yeah. Oh, we could play the onslaught. It's going to look pretty nice. And let's see if there's any Minnesotas coming up. Finished second in cross-check and fifth in the other cross-check. Nice. Was it the same lineup? Was it like when they open a second version of the same thing? Tarasenko looking like a good value. We could play Tarasenko. You know, I prefer SaberSim to solve these problems for me, but I don't know if you're in a pinch or something or you need to hand build. We can get for a Nurse is okay. Lindell's a little pricey. Parayko, not bad. Hanley's still only 4,100. Is he playing a lot of minutes? They got a good projection. He's getting about 20 minutes. They've got one of the highest totals on this slate, maybe the highest. So we could do something like that. I won't make a full lineup, but there you have it. There's an idea of what you could do with Ottawa. Now I imagine they get owned because of that, like I said. And really, I want SaberSim to do this for me. They can answer this question a lot more. You need my help, though. Your card was flagged from bank, and I deleted all my stuff connected to it. So is this I started a new trial on TrueDFS and can't log back in. I sent an email. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me tag. I'm gonna go in Discord and tag Goldie because he could solve these things. All different lines. Yeah, good. Get the diversity in there. I'm gonna tag Goldie after the stream in a few minutes. T-Pope, thanks for pointing that out. I will get to it. So let's go ahead and use SaberSim to build. I've just got a few in the flagship. I'm going to do my usual thing of asking for only 4-3 and above. I've explained why I do that. I think my rationale is sound. But basically, what do I want? A pool of 5,000 with a bunch of lineups that aren't going to grade well, and then a handful that will, but for the most part won't. I only get 5,000 lineups, right? If I had 20,000 lineups, it'd be different, or more. You maybe even need more on a 10-game slate. So it does. One thing it does do, as you could see, is it slows down the builder. Definitely constraining it slows it down. While it's building, I'll give a little plug. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps us out, keeps the channel going. And check out TrueDFS.com because you could get access to Goldie's projections, Sheets' projections, the premium Discord, the pay dirt model for DFS and betting, and SaberSim, like I'm using here, for like $20 more than it would cost for just SaberSim alone, right? So I always give the same shout out, but it's like getting 3 sites in one. You don't have to go all these different places, and it's $20 more. So it's a pretty damn good deal, and unique in the industry. What did you say? Look back at past contests and raise the minimum salary to 48.9. Only the stacks we usually like. Also did my rule of at least 3 stack on the same power play and EV line. Only the stacks we usually like. Yeah. And also did your rule of at least 3 stack. So you're saying in a 4-3, you want those 3 guys to all be on the same power play and even strength. So like you wouldn't get any Ottawa as a 3-man stack. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of would I prefer letting SaberSim do that for me. Because it may be that Tkachuk, Stützle, Zetterlund is a good 3-man, or Batherson, Cousin, Perron, or Stützle, Cousins, Batherson, who correlate on the power play. So I see what you're doing. I mean, I want more correlation. You're asking for even more correlation than I am, right? You want something like Montreal. Not anymore. Never mind, because Deminoff took Bolduc's place. Team that fully correlates. But I mean, you see my point. And I get it. And maybe the type of thing I'd do if I'm hand building. But let SaberSim kind of solve that for me. If it is a 3, then yes. But could be a 4, 5, or 6. If it's 5, then Saber can want it. Yeah. So you only do it for the 3-man. So you want full correlation with the 3-mans. Yeah, I think that's good. But then you don't get any even strength lines. Like you wouldn't get last night Marner, Howden, Stone. Howden. You wouldn't get anything like that. And I think those could be good. I don't know. I also selected the team. I can't see the team I wanted to be included. So like to tell Saber to not stack the bad teams I don't want. Oh, I see. So you're taking teams just out, period. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't know. Like, what if those teams are don't project well, but they're unowned, or what if they don't project well, but they're dirt cheap? So you just don't get any lower probability stacks. I don't know. I would probably allow them. At least that's how I do it. So let's get a portfolio. I think it's 52 entries. So let's get a portfolio going here. So I've got 52 lineups in the flagship, and there's that Ottawa. Then you get the Pasternak, Celebrini, Toffoli. So considering it's Celebrini and Toffoli, I'm going to guess I get a decent amount. Yeah, Klimberg in here too. Decent amount of San Jose. See stack-wise. Nothing too egregious, but a lot of Ottawa and San Jose. And then kind of flat. Let's see. In terms of onslaughts, I mean, some of the 5 and 6 man Ottawas, a little San Jose. Only one of the San Jose 4. So a lot of the San Jose I'm getting is like filler as the 3-mans and 2-mans. Now, like per your process, D-Pope, I could not get, or could I get Wemberg, Toffoli, Eklund? I could only get Wemberg, Toffoli, Eklund. I couldn't get Klingberg or Celebrini. I couldn't get like Celebrini, Wemberg, Klingberg. That's an issue to me. I want to let SaberSim do its thing within reason, right? I mean, the only reason I only allow 4-3 and above is they just grade so much better in the post-contest sims. And like, I acknowledge that there could be 2-2-2-2s that grade well, but I'm going to get so many of my pool of 5,000 that's junk, and I only get 5,000, you know? But other than this exposure thing, I personally don't like making many changes, but I see where you're coming from. And I like the perspective. I like the differences. But yeah, there's a look at what I'd get. Let's see. Highest exposed goalie. Yep, it's Wallstead, 20%. Swayman. SaberSim always likes Swayman. Always. So there you have it. There's a look at what I do on today's slate. You know, if I was building a full portfolio of 52 in the flagship. It's a lot of San Jose, a lot of Ottawa, but not too much. Pretty flat overall, especially after those two teams. Then I just get a smattering of everyone. But those two teams standing out. Now I am using Goldie's projections as inputs, so it's changing my lineups to some degree in my pool, and that's changing what it selects from. But yeah, there's a look at today's slate. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to shout out any wins, takedowns, stuff like that. Love to see it. And I wish you good luck on tonight's slate. What did you say? I would say if you were on certain power play, adjust the rule to either or power play or EV line. But how do you adjust the rule? I mean, the rule's the rule. Once you put it in, it builds lineups according to that rule. And I guess you could put in like all sorts of rules, but I don't know. I mean, you're basically saying you don't want 3 uncorrelated players, so you're going to make all these rules so you don't get 3 uncorrelated players. But I don't know that you're going to get that much anyway. I mean, SaberSim's correlation, the top stacks today are Minnesota, Calgary, Edmonton, Boston. Okay, let's go. In filter, the real Alabama Jones in filter. What about in filter? Go to stack rule. Yeah, well, why do I need to do this though? Not filters. Okay, rules. So I'm in stack rule. Yeah, I mean, I'm there, Deep Hope. So here's like one default one. At least 3 players. But how is this? I mean, I'm getting at least 3 players in all stacks. Other than this is just going to make me not get 5 and 6 mans. 5, right? I'm on rules. Edit it. Okay. What do I want to edit it to do? Must be on same even strength or power play line. Must be so at least 3 players from primary team. Center. Blah, 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 blah. Must be on same EV or power play line. So what am I? Where's the or? Must be either or. I have the or. So this is looks like the rule you're using. And am I getting that wrong? Stack must be at least 3 and be either on same power play or EV line. Stack must be at least 3, right? I'm moving over there now. It must be on same EV. So EV or power play line. No, it doesn't cut out 4 stacks. I don't know why I need this rule. I mean, SaberSim is going to solve this using the play-by-play sims. I don't like the idea of adding too many rules. What does this do? I'm for the most part just tells Saber that stacks of 3+ must adhere to either or. Yeah, they're gonna anyway. They're not stacks if they don't adhere to that. They're just 3 one-offs. You have it saying at least 3, but have the 3. Yeah, I have. So I have the fully correlated stuff. I mean, you're saying, oh, what if you get a 4-3 and you get 2 guys on one even strength and another guy on another even strength, and they're not even on the same power play? Well, that's really just a 4-2. That's right, it is. I just don't think I'm getting to many of those anyway. I don't think there's any of those are getting in. It's a guardrail. I get what you're doing. Right. I see what you're saying, Alabama Jones. How many times am I going to get? Like, when am I going to get Wenberg, Toffoli, Cardwell? Right? That'd be essentially a 4-2. Right? I mean, that's what I'm guarding against, you're saying. Against bad lineups like that. Okay. I mean, maybe I should do that. Maybe there's some in there and they're just garbage. So fair enough. I don't know if I have to think about it, but I think it makes sense what you're saying. That there's some nonsense in there. Now, the one thing I don't love is like taking teams out altogether. So you're saying you just go to like exposure here and team stacks and say, oh, I don't like, let's say Chicago. I just put them at 0. I don't know about that. I think there's a time and a place for all of them, especially on smaller slates like yesterday. But that's my 2 cents. Guys, I appreciate this. I appreciate all the feedback too. And I'm going to take that rule does kind of make some sense to me. So I'm going to take that in mind. I appreciate it. Depot, I'm going to reach out to Goldie. Thanks for watching, guys. He said I'd like it for late swap as well. See, I don't like any rules on late swap. I think late swap, you want to take salary off, you want to take rules off, and you want to get to whatever it gives you because you're salvaging lineups and doing things like that. But anyway, that's a lot back and forth. I appreciate you guys. I wish you all good luck on today's slate. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All the plugs, TrueDFS.com.